Who do you see when you look at me? 'Cause I do not recognize the man inside the mirror. They feast on my dreams. I'm not who I seem to be. And somehow I lost myself along the way. Losing my sanity over strangers. When they see your wounds, it gets dangerous. Can I be myself? Is it safe yet? Yeah. Or should I hide my lies and keep on running? Take my chances, all unknowing. I smile, but life is misery. I hide my pain in this melody. They see my scars and all run from me. I don't know what they want from me. Can I find peace? Yeah, will they finally see me? Can I love myself? 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 Trapped inside this maze, it's amazing. My phone's off, so don't call me crazy. I'll show you what you want to see from me. But do you know me? I let the likes in the gram, it controls me. It's like the lights in the camera can know me. Yeah. One day I'll find my identity. For now, losing my sanity over strangers. When they see your wounds, it gets dangerous. Can I be myself? Is it safe yet? Yeah. Or should I hide my lies and keep on running? Take my chances, all unknowing. I smile, but life is misery. I hide my pain in this melody. They see my scars and all run from me. I don't know what they want from me.
Red is on the beat.
Yo, ¿qué es lo que tú dices? What's going on, everybody? Here in the end, deep center field is deep. Going back, still back. It is Kevin Tucker to take the... Oh, damn, Pete. I'ma tell you what. Oh, fuck. Did you just play that on purpose? Do it one more time. Do it. This is why we need Vladdy, bro. Or we need another. Damn, bro. The Oscar, somebody.
They didn't hear a word I said.
God. Nobody heard what Pete said. Listen,
know
I'm
what?
gonna sum up what Pete said. Hold on. He said a whole. Go ahead, Pete. Yeah, is he good now?
You know what's great? I'm so mad about. Let me do it. Let's just rewind. Oh man, you know what I'm so mad about?
What?
Juan Soto's a Met. Now the funny thing is, when we were waiting for you to come on, I was trolling the chat, right? I kept saying I would have gave him 850. Like, oh my God, Pete, I can't believe you would do that. I was like, I mean, 900, maybe 1.1 billion. Maybe one. I got all the way to 2.2 billion. I got all the way to 2.2 billion.
You know what? The thing is that Brian Cashman had it, and guys, a good. This is the good thing about winter meetings because they get to sit with multiple podcasts and MLB Network and all that. And he was explaining how it is. They can't really tell you what the offer is. It's all blindsided. You're in a good place. You're in a great place. You're in a strong place. Yep. And the thing was that so allegedly he wasn't given a chance to go back into match, but they basically said that if he wanted to submit another offer, which is basically not in the same sentence, but basically saying that that's what leads you to believe. So in my eyes, I don't think maybe Hal knew where it was. You know what I'm saying? So what would Hal offered after 760?
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, it was over.
At that point, what are we doing? So
Yeah.
I cannot. We look at it in hindsight, Monday quarterback, and as we say, when we have all the numbers, it's easy to make a decision if that was the case. But flying blindly like that,
It's hard.
I can't blame these guys, bro. I gotta give it to Cash to Hal, man, and it is what it is. He is
Everybody,
a New York man, and by official.
I tell you what, though, if everybody in this chat keeps telling me to move on from Soto, we're about to have a whole hour show about Juan Soto just for Mets fans. Keith, get your people in here. Don't worry.
Wait.
I'll do an hour show about Soto right now just for Mets fans. Everybody's like, stop talking about Soto. I forgot that everybody here is performing this show. But anyway, I'll be nice today. I'm going to be nice today. We're 75 subs away from 40K.
75.
Nice.
Can we get that done like now?
You're talking about my friend Juan Soto, all right? Big Sexy Yankee says Louis Heel, Spencer Jones, Ben Rice, and beater for Kyle Tucker. Well, we're going to get there.
We're going
to talk about it. But Kev, wherever you want to take the ship, it's all yours, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, Pete, an exciting day today because we got Loizaga is back and the New York Yankees. I mean, there's a lot of rumors, a lot of the Yankees. I wasn't on last night for Freed. That was exciting. We can start off there. Well, let's start. You got the Loizaga tweet there by Jorge Castillo, but basically, I don't think anybody should be really upset at this. It's a high ceiling, low risk. I mean, they're probably gonna give him what, $1 million with some incentives. So Loizaga, we know when he is healthy, he is one of the best relievers in baseball. We all know this. So
Facts.
There's a potential to be that maybe he's healthy. At least if he rides out the year after April, it's a decent contract. If not, we tried it one more time. Nothing to lose there.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, he's probably gonna give us better innings than anybody we could pick up loose from scraps. So I don't see a big issue with this.
I think it's smart to be in a 1-year deal. There was that, rumor out there about a possible 3-year deal from, I think it was the Mets. Was it the Mets?
With the Mets from our boy, our guy, Mike Rodriguez, Mike Deportes.
Yeah, that one was obviously off. But yeah, I mean, look, Loizaga's already been here. You know, Jonathan Loizaga's already been here. He knows the Yankees. You know when he's on. You know when he's healthy, he's good. But that's the big risk right there. Is he healthy? We know he won't be back to the end of April, if anything. So he's already going to miss some time. Hopefully he's able to get back, be healthy enough. And when that sinker is working, he's darting, 100 miles an hour with a nasty off-speed pitch. He's filthy. It's just actually keeping him on the field. That's the tough part.
That is the tough part. You're right, Pete. And like I said, it's a no-brainer to me. I mean, so shout out to Johnny Loizaga. Maybe he gets healthy this season, and we get to see him more than 1 month. Hopefully, we know the stuff is there. So I'm excited. I mean, it's nice to give him one more chance. The Yankees normally don't do that. Honestly, they don't. So I was really surprised that they did. That being said, there is more. I want to get into a little bit of Max Fried because I didn't get my opinions on that yesterday, bro. Garrett Cole's number is 4.5. His is 5.4. And I can't tell you, I'm excited for Max Fried. That dude is filthy. He is a ground ball pitcher, so the Yankees should be looking to improve their infield, which is obvious. And everybody knows how excited I get when I hear ground ball percentage. So
you know what? His ground ball, it's actually phenomenal. I talked about that yesterday, but look at that. Top 96 percentile. Yeah. If you like ground balls the way Kev does, this is your guy. This is your guy right here.
So exciting to see Max over here. I think the consensus was if he had 1 million over Price's deal, that it was a done deal. So the Yankees did it right away. No brainer. I think Boston was at 182 with 7 years. The Yankees were around there. People are complaining about the years, and they're talking. A lot of them are Dodger fans, saying because they were kind of in the mix. They were inquiring, I guess, and they were like, "You guys overpaid or whatever." And I'm like, "Who are the Dodgers? Who are the Dodgers?"
They're paying people till 2056.
Exactly.
What are we doing?
Exactly. That's what I said, and I'm being called a dumbass on when, like, dude, we backloaded the contract. if he gets an eighth year. People think that pitchers' arms fall off as soon as they hit 35.
Yeah.
Fucking Nathan Eovaldi just got 3 years for 75 million. The pitching market is expensive. It is what it is.
Correct.
So
Correct.
honestly, the way it's structured, Pete, which I don't, did you go into that yesterday? No,
I
right?
did. Well, we didn't know. We didn't know yesterday, but yeah, it's structured amazing. I mean, it favors the Yankees for especially the first 2 years extremely well.
Yep. So if you guys didn't know, the first 2 years he's going to be making 12 million with a $10 million signing bonus each year. So that means that the Yankees have another $15 million to play with. So I mean,
That's right.
so don't let it be far-fetched that the Yankees can still go out and get, for example, Bellinger and still sign another free agent, which is something that they might have not done if Max Fried didn't give them that flexibility. So kudos to Brian Cashman and company and Max
great deal.
and their end, because they were able to structure it beneficial for the Yankees next 2 years.
Yeah, great deal, man. And I know the first thing I started out with immediately was talking about the 8 years, because that was the only concern from people immediately out the gate. Once, we went live with that and that was already out there.
They were like, it should have been 5.
Yep, everybody was concerned about that. According to the MLB Tractions page, Jacob Petruzzi, the Yankees have traded Carlos Narvaez to the Red Sox for Elmer Rodriguez Cruz. Carlos Narvaez, wow. Why would they trade Narvaez for?
40-man spot.
That's interesting.
They
That kind of stunned me for a second there, because
I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together. Last night on the stove. Hold on. Last night, in the stove, you saw, I forgot what's his name. He was talking there, but he
I
basically
only watched Tim Naring. Was it Tim Naring?
Yeah, he shouted out who's playing with Las Águilas, our team. Escara, who's on fire in Dominican Republic, and he had a great season in the minors. So he's on the 40-man, and he said that he's a possible guy that can make an impact. So another lefty, big guy, with great pop and contact. So JC Escara, who plays first as well, who gives the Yankees the same flexibility, first and catcher. So I think that's why they did that. It's interesting to see. These little moves always add up to something, Pete. So something may be cooking. Cashman's busy, bro. I liked his response to Soto. They're like, what do you do? He's like, I've been in this business too long to sit here and mull over Soto. We're back on the horse, and we're moving to plan B. It is what it is. So they definitely did that with Fried. They're in the talks with Bellinger. I can tell you now, Walker's not going to happen because other teams are offering the 4th year. So the Yankees don't want to dance around that.
They backed away from that. They originally, once other teams got involved, it started to deteriorate, because from my understanding too, yesterday it was like that close. It was like they could very well, like, I had people even tell me,
hearing a lot of mumbling.
You might want to like stay awake today because this thing is like really close. So, but that's how this stuff works, right? Is you can feel you have a deal. Other teams get involved, and the agents go, well, we got maybe 2 4-year deals on the table. That's what he would like more. And then you sit back and go, well, we were there, but I'm not going there.
Agreed.
David Miser with a super chat says, other than Tanner Scott that I've heard, what other relievers would you like to see? Bregman, I believe, is the price to go up. We're going to get to all those guys as we talk about more stuff here. Slim Lewis says, exactly. Look at the numbers Chris Sale just put up at age 35 with a 2.38 ERA and 177 innings. Yeah, people worry too much. But before I thought about that, and Rodriguez, by the way, he was an A-ball for Boston last year, got up to high A, right-handed reliever, 21 years old. But here's the interesting part, and I don't want to look too much into this because I don't believe Roki Sasaki would come here, but the Yankees did get bonus pool money in that deal.
Which one, Boston? In
the Boston deal. Because Carlos Narvaez, that would be weird to trade Narvaez for just a low-level A-ball guy. That just doesn't add up. Narvaez, some people think Narvaez could be a starting catcher. I mean, that's his ceiling. People really think Narvaez is legitimately that good. So that's kind of strange to see that. But they did get some more bonus pool money. And no, folks, I'm not trying to allude that the Yankees didn't get Roki Sasaki. I don't think that's the case. No, it just says an international signing bonus pool money from the Red Sox. So interesting little move right there.
So right now, this is Vegas's odds for Sasaki. Plus 300 for the obvious choice, the LA Dodgers. Plus 350 for the San Diego Padres. Plus 500 for the Yankees. Plus 600 for the Mets. And then plus 950 for the Boston Red Sox. I can tell you this right now. I think I hope he goes to the Padres. That would be great for baseball. Him and his godfather's there,
Yeah.
can help him with that transition, and that improves that team tremendously. Who gave a great fight to the Dodgers,
Yep.
even though they're trying to trade some other stars. They said that's interesting, but if he goes to the LA Dodgers at this point, it's like, what the fuck are we doing? But that's the favorite. We're all expecting it. Let's see. And if he ends up, now everybody's a Tanaka fan. Everybody's a Tanaka fan, but nobody wants to wear the pinstripes. By the way, Tanaka did phenomenal as a Yankee, I think, and he was great in the playoffs.
He was
Very
great.
good in the playoffs.
Big game pitcher.
Big
Can't
game
get mad
pitcher.
at him.
So I don't know why maybe some of those pitchers don't want to go over here.
Kev.
If he ends up falling.
Yep.
We got
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put hot stove on, but sometimes it has an ad at the beginning and is loud, so I just want to make sure it doesn't go over you. Yeah,
we got to be better. Okay.
Okay. By the way, shout out to SGR who made it on WFAN. He called in today as Mike Francesa, so that was pretty hilarious. It's on Twitter. We put it on there, but
nice.
He got a chance to call in there. And guys, hot stove is on, so once his ad ends, if there is Curry talking, I'll put it live so everybody can hear it. But the big news today, man, it has a lot of chatter about the Houston Astros wanting Rookie of the Year, rookie sensation, Louis Heel
Gabito.
for Kyle Tucker. Now, Kev, I know we might have
that'll break my heart.
No, me and you might have some different views on this one. We really might. And
okay.
I know for a fact we both love Louis Hill. I know we both do.
Yes,
I get that.
We know why. We know why.
Facts.
I hear he has a great taste for music.
He does. He no doubt about it. It's great taste for music, no question. But if Brian can't that is ridiculous to me. You can get Juan Soto, lose Juan Soto, and just replace him with Kyle Tucker. And I'm not. I don't want this to be a comparison of two players.
It does not.
But the Yankees, if they got Tucker, Kev,
automatically they're
a better team.
They're in the same spot.
I think they're better. I think they're a better team last year.
They're better defensively.
And then Rizzo's going to be gone.
And if they get Bellinger, they're better offensively.
Correct.
Because Bellinger and Tucker, as much as Soto is phenomenal and he's the generational Soto, when you add two players of that caliber to a team, it is going to be better. Those are two 30 home run guys. I mean, one's a 30 home run guy, the other one's a 20. So great defense all around.
Tucker also steals 30 bags.
Correct.
He can steal bases. So
great defense. You put in Judge back in right field. Would Tucker play left? He's played some.
He could. I mean, he definitely could. He plays first too.
So just imagine. Well, I mean, at that point, we would put Dominguez at center field. I mean, because I'm thinking Bellinger can play first.
Yeah.
So that would be an amazing.
If they got both of those guys, I honestly, I wouldn't. I give everybody my word on this, and I allow you guys. If I ever talk shit about,
we would
Cashman,
hug Cashman again at the event. We'll look Cashman.
NYYU
wants to give you.
Hey, hold on, everybody, hold on. We got Curry.
Player like Kyle Tucker, who though he missed a lot of time last year, had an OPS of almost 1,000. You talk about that power and speed combination. He's actually a Tampa native, so this would be a one-year rental, and this would be costly, much like last year with Soto when the Yankees had to give up 5 players. If you want Kyle Tucker, you are going to have to pay the Astros pretty handsomely for that. And the one player we know that they have been interested in is Luis Heel, Rookie of the Year. He's not a free agent until 2029. That's a lot of years and a lot of service time that the Astros would get. Meredith, though, if you're trying to get a player of the magnitude and the talent of Kyle Tucker, it's going to have to hurt a little bit. I would include Heel in that deal. I would try really hard to make this deal if I were the Yankees.
It is.
I'm gonna pause. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to hear Meredith. I love you, Meredith.
We love you, Meredith. It's that we gotta answer back because then we got flagged too.
Yeah, we gotta talk about our show. I don't want to leave it on too long. But let me get to the super chats really quick. Sasaki said he doesn't care where he is gonna play. I think a lot of that's Sasaki. I think that's them trying to get everybody off of the Dodgers stuff. It wouldn't shock me. He still signs with the Dodgers. David says, I think we get Tucker or Bellinger. If Tucker goes to the Cubs, you have to believe Bellinger's a Yankee. But let's start there, man. I want to talk about this. And Kev, I think me and you might have a little debate here on this one, to be honest. Let me go to a poll here.
I've been finding people all day on this, so I might be wrong.
Would you add Heel in a Tucker trade? Let's see what the chat says. I'll leave that poll out there. But
What
Kev,
does the chat say?
what say you?
I would not. I mean, we just went through what we went through. We saw
Okay.
what Soto got. We know that Tucker is a better defender. We understand
Okay.
that he's not the better hitter, but he's an all around better, more complete player. Let's put it that way than Juan Soto. So,
Yeah. We got 1.2 thousand here, guys. Hit the like button.
so automatically that price next year, we know that it's gonna go up. We don't know if Cohen's interested or not anyway, which is also we know that Toronto struck out big
Oh, we
and they're
doing it
willing
like
to
this.
spend.
Now we got to be worried if Cohen wants our guys.
That's
Is
how
what,
it. That
is this what
Pete,
it's become?
That is what it's become, and we as Yankee fans, we gotta. It is what it is, right? If Cohen's interested in the guy, we're gonna have a long battle. But, what we went through is what is gonna happen literally again. If the Yankees were to make the World Series again and somehow they lose, we would be happen. It would happen again. We took a big L with the World Series. We took another L with Soto. How did that feel, guys? So, and even if he comes here at this point, it's gonna suck for Tucker. But I'm treating him like a one-night stand, buddy. That it's not. I'm not buying your jersey. I'm not like you know what I'm saying. It's because again, he made it clear that he does not want extension talks. He wants to test free agency, and why would you not? You know what I'm saying? After you seen what Soto got, so I think that you could put together a package of maybe Clark Schmidt with maybe a higher prospect that you're
Spencer Jones.
Or make a decision. I love Georgia Lombard, and I really like Roger Arias, but you got to make a decision with one of the two. Carlos is going to kill me, but I think that if you're not going to play a guy, sorry, what the hell? If you're not going to play a guy, you trade him, Pete. So
agreed. I would say that.
You just got the rookie of the year, Luis Hill, and you have him in control for the next 5 years. Are you really going to give that up? Just because you got Max Fried, we saw his history. He could get it. He does get injured here and there. And, he's been able to make 22 plus starts, which I'm fine with. But I don't want to give up Luis Hill, man. I think it depletes the rotation a lot, especially if one of the top 3 heads get hurt.
It hurts it, no doubt about it. What I would say is this, and I have, as hard as a time as anybody when it comes to something like this, because I love the pitcher, and you're right. There's a lot of good things there. Obviously, it doesn't look like there would be something where the Yankees would be able to lock in an extension. And ladies and gentlemen, we are 68 subs away from 40,000. But I would have to seriously think about this. This is something where I would have to sit down. I would first reach out to pitchers like Walker Buehler, see what other possible trades are out there that we can make. Because if I could add another starter and it's only money, I would be more inclined to make that move. Now, you're right what you said about Louis Hill. We saw how good he is. Control is gold in baseball. Forget, everybody talks about, oh my God, $700 million, $800 million. Control is where it's at. That is what teams really strive for. You understand why Houston is probably sitting back going, yeah, the Cubs are offering us Bellinger and Seiya Suzuki and maybe another prospect, but man, if we could get our hands on Louis Hill and have a guy for 5 more years, that's a little more valuable than both of those guys.
That's a lot more valuable.
There's a reason they're 2 teams involved, because the Yankees have probably said to them, is there other ways we can figure it out? But they've probably let on enough that Houston believes they might give them up. And if Tucker was sitting there going and his agent said, yeah, we could work out something for 48 hours, if that was the case, I would do it in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even think about it. Because if the deal doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. Then you don't sign him, the deal doesn't happen. Louis Hill's back to you. But with it being a 1 year, I myself have a tough time pulling the trigger on that one. And
that's what I'm saying.
It's still hard because I feel like if you added Tucker, you are a better team than you were last year. Because you're almost replacing Soto. You're better on the pitching side of things. You would assume so, at least. Still got work on the bullpen. I would assume they still add, whether it's Bellinger or another Carlos Santana, somebody else is going to be added. The defense will be better. Base running could very well be better. Glaber wasn't a great base runner. He's gone. Soto's not a great base runner. He's gone. It's interesting to me, man. I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm almost at the point where I am confused as I think they're talking about Bellinger now. Let's take a listen.
$5 million across the next 2 years, but he also has the ability to opt out after year one. So I do think those conversations would continue. The Yankees have valued him for a while. He can play first base. He can play the outfield. And I think that swing of his would fit very neatly at Yankee Stadium.
All right, so let's pivot now to another discussion as the Yankees have reportedly re-added a piece to their bullpen.
All right, Jonathan Loaisiga, we know. But apparently... well, let's finish this one up first. Scott Horwitz says, why in the world will we put ourselves in the same position with Tucker? Another rental with heartbreak, with no control. I love him as a player, but in this situation, I say no. The only reason, look, I mean, everybody acts like it was so bad with Soto now. They went to a World Series. They came this close to winning a World Series. Nobody wants to, you guys wouldn't risk it to do it again? I'm risking it to do it again because if we win and he left, who gives a shit? I mean, that's my mindset is to win this coming season. And I'm sorry, but if that's the risk you got to take, did we also forget that the Yankees offered $760 million to Soto? They couldn't offer 3-something to Tucker? There's no chance that maybe they could blow his socks off and go, hey, look, man, let's get you in a room here. We just offered Soto this much. We're willing to give you 400 right now.
The issue is, Pete, also is like everybody's saying Bellinger and Tucker, and then what you're saying is because if Bellinger has a phenomenal season, right? He's gonna opt out, and then you're stuck again the same situation. Now you lost your 2 outfielders, and you just traded all the guys that you traded, plus listen. I'll do the Michael King thing 50,000 times, but you just traded 2. The way this pitching market is and the expensive that it is. You just traded 2 2 aces basically, or 2 number 2s. Luis Hill on a normal Cincinnati team and normal mid-level team. Luis Hill's a number 2 and possibly an ace.
Yeah.
So you traded 2 of those guys. So just because of what we went through and it's just back to back, I don't see myself doing it now. If the price nudges a bit, it's different. Like, listen, man, I like Clark Schmidt. People might not, Christian might think that I don't like, but Clark Schmidt still has 3 years of control.
He
right?
does, yeah.
You can give him a better prospect, but give Clark Schmidt, and it doesn't hurt that much. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Because it's like, all I'm saying is you trade away Luis Hill, and the offense is going to be phenomenal. Let's just assume that. I would have to think that in the Bellinger, since it's a salary dump, you won't have to trade Clark Schmidt or anything. So I don't, and they're not taking money. They made that clear. So they're not taking Stroman. You got to look for Stroman elsewhere. But
he's gonna be moved though. That to me, that's
100%.
obvious. Stroman's gone.
But if God forbid, Pete, one of our top 3 goes down, or 2 of them at the same time, our freaking rotation is depleted. You know what I'm saying? Hill was able to carry the load in the beginning of the year when Cole wasn't here. Think about how Luis Hill pitched those first 2-3 months.
No, I feel you. I know.
It's really tough for me, and then for the Yankees to not play guys, and then they finally get a guy who's a stud, and then you're just gonna trade him. Yeah. So if I just don't see myself doing it. If the Yankees do it, by all means, I get it. If we win the World Series, of course nobody's gonna care, and I'm gonna look back at this and I'm gonna tell myself I'm a dumbass, and that's fine. But right now, at this moment, at this present day, I have to say no. So.
Okay, fair game.
No
the
deal.
Chat says 73% say yes. They would do it in that regard. Danny with a super chat says trade Louis Hill only if you get an extension. And
see, that's the thing.
Tucker's
Everybody thinks you're gonna get that.
Yeah. Well, I'm there too. Like I mean, if they could guarantee that, I would literally tell them take whatever you want. I mean, if I know we can lock this guy long term, take whatever the hell you want. FL Diver says MLB saying market value for Tucker is 400 to 500 million. Yeah, it would be. I mean, after the Soto thing, I mean, that's gonna put, they're gonna, if he has a very good year, they're gonna kind of put those 2 next to each other in regards to negotiations. But I don't know, man. It's honestly shaping up because the way it looks like now, best case scenario is the Yankees get 1 or 2 of these guys, right? That's probably the best case scenario right now. They get either Bellinger or they get Tucker, or that's a miracle and they get both of them. And then you're looking at an absolutely insane looking team. So, and guys, keep us updated too in the chat with what Yes is saying, because I can't have it on right now, but just keep us updated. 64 subs away from 40,000.
Toronto's going to be a big play next season just because the rumblings are they're trying to keep Vladdy. So, I mean, it looks like they're trying to keep Vladdy. Vladdy does not want to talk extension either. He's going to test the market. Obvious reason why not, right? So you got that guy throwing money now. I don't think you have to worry a lot because it's a tougher place to play. A lot of people don't want to go to Toronto because of the taxes and because of the shape of their team at the moment. But I just find that, and maybe you can trade for Vladdy halfway through the season if Toronto's completely lost. Boston got better. Baltimore's going to be there. Toronto might be looking at last place, and they're willing to trade Vladdy mid-season. Yep. Would you not do that trade? I would do that trade. There's going to be a lot cheaper. It's not going to demand Clark Schmidt. I mean, Luis Hill. So, and you can still get that playoff push. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. To be like, I understand why people want to do it, but I just can't see myself going through all this again. And the guys, he is not doing an extension. So don't say, if he gets an extension. He said he's going to test the market. That's why I'm saying no.
The other thing is, too, if Chase Hampton was healthy all year last year, and he, maybe in the second half of the season gets to AAA and he starts dominating, maybe we saw him one time like we thought we had a chance to. Mm-hmm. And you could see that 95, 96, good cutter. And you could see it there. And you're like, you know what? He's going to be impactful in the rotation this year. I think that gives you a little more inclination to say we can make that move because this guy's here too. Yep. And that's not comparing one or the other, but you don't know what Hampton is right now. The Yankees have no clue. He had the UCL injury, came back towards the end of the year, and he didn't look good. He started to look better, but right now it's Will Warren and Chase Hampton at the upper levels. And let's be honest, we saw Will Warren. I wouldn't be upset if I never seen Will Warren again. But they don't really have it at the upper levels like that. Louis Hill's the guy. Clark Schmidt's already here. So it would certainly, I'm not saying it wouldn't be a risk. It would certainly be a risk. But if the Yankees did that move, I'm not going to come on here and be upset with the Yankees for taking that type of risk because it is a win-now move. Certainly a win-now move.
Listen, I agree, and I made a joke earlier today that Soto made the Yankees trade all the Dominicans. So I mean, if Jason Dominguez ends up getting traded too, at this point, it's just like, but no, man, I understand why, but it's just like, imagine you on the other end of that deal that you had a guy like Luis Hill on his last year, and you end up getting like Cal Tucker for five years, you'd be happy as hell. So I don't know if I could do it for 1 year. Maybe Cashman is trying to put something together where it's not Louis Hill, it's Clark Schmidt, and maybe a higher valued prospect. They are looking for the corners.
Why would Houston want that? I would want
Clark Schmidt is 3 years of control, and Clark Schmidt.
Come on, man.
Yeah, come on.
Clark is I want people to understand. I think Louis Hill gets what he gets because he was there all year, won the Rookie of the Year. Let me remind people of something real quick. People started talking about Clark Schmidt for possible American League Cy Youngs when he had a 2-something ERA. He was one of the best pitchers in baseball to begin the year. People forget that. Am I wrong?
No.
He had a 2-something ERA before he got injured. Everybody's looking around going, oh my God, this guy's reaching his ceiling. Like, wow, that's surprising. He was that good. So I know if I'm Jim Crane and I'm Houston, I'm sitting back looking around going, hey man, if they want to give us a cost control starter, maybe it's, who's giving up many better deals than Clark Schmidt and Spencer Jones in a trade? Yep. Along with maybe a lower level guy. That is an amazing get for Houston. But I did want to say this to everybody here real quick, just in case if you missed Hot Stove. Here's what they said. Jack Curry says, in quotes, I believe the Yankees are going to try very hard to get this done. Meredith Marakovitz then added an executive told her the Yankees are again very comfortable with it being a 1-year thing, and that is it. So they are trying very hard to add Kyle Tucker, and wow, man, if I will never have something bad to say about Brian Cashman, and if I do, I want everybody in the chat to say, Pete, you lied. You're not allowed to talk bad about Cashman. I won't. A couple of super chats. Luis says, trade Heel and then use the pool money for Roki. Roki got to come here.
If that is a no-brainer. If Roki Sasaki was to choose the New York Yankees,
Well, move him.
I'd have no problem in trading Luis Hill.
Facts.
I love the guy. He's a Dominican de lo mio, but I would drive him myself, as they say. Like, this is a business. They all know that. We all saw it with Soto. But I just want to say something that he won Rookie of the Year. I think it would be. I can't remember the last time a team traded the Rookie of the Year the next season.
That's interesting. Yeah,
I don't even know if it's ever been done. So it'd be interesting to find out. Number one, number two, just lets you know where sometimes why we say here, why does some guy get more preference than the other? At the end of the day, you just gotta let some of these guys play, because listen, we saw instance of Luis Hill the first time he got called up. He went on an
phenomenal.
18 scoreless streak when he first came up. And then when Cole went down, we were talking about Luis Hill, be on the lookout. He's gonna be solid. We didn't expect him to be as good, but we knew he was gonna be solid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna hurt. But when Kyle Tucker's hitting bombs and playing great defense, and our outfield is much better defensively, I don't think anybody's gonna think about Luis Hill unless something happens to the big three.
I think the minute the deal's done, people are gonna forget about Louis Hill. Tucker's that good, man.
Yeah.
Tucker's that good. It's not like they're doing it. If they did this for Cody Bellinger, I would sit there and go, "Come on,
You're
man.
out of
Like,
your
this
mind."
is
But then if they
bananas.
go ahead and they trade Clark Schmidt for Cody, how are you gonna feel? Because now we just
Well, that's
lost.
wild, because then you are taking a major risk, because Cole, we don't know how that arm is still. Yeah, I
Correct.
know he was throwing darts. I get it. But you don't know. You don't know how he's healing. You don't know about that. Freed, they said it. He's had forearm issues. Joe Sherman talked about that. He's had a lot of forearm issues there. You know, there could be. I'm not even gonna say it. You don't know.
Give me some time.
Are the Yankees gonna sit there and go, well, hey, now we love Nestor Cortez? You know, I'm gonna make him starter.
God.
Who knows? Beast Mode says, get me Tucker. Goodbye, Louis Hill. We got our brother, Senor Ra Thompson, in here. Damned if we do, damned if we don't. Yankees have to make that move. Louis Hill could regress this year. We don't know. Jaro also adds, what about Peraza's future? Just forget about it, brother. I can't deal with another Soto situation. No to Tucker unless he signs an extension. That ain't going to happen, man. There's going to be no extension. You gotta take the risk. And, hey, man, that's the tough jobs of a GM. That's why I said I wouldn't want to do the job. Because you do got to take that risk there. And it's a tough one.
But then this is what I mean. Reports were that Cashman didn't want to deal Michael King in the Soto trade. Hal had to say, do it. And now all of a sudden you're trigger happy? What the fuck, man? Dude, does Cashman just put on a do not touch list? He put those guys. George Lombard wasn't traded for Yandy. All these, so you got your favorites and those are your kids and you're not touching those guys, but then you're willing to trade everybody the fuck else?
Sounds like him.
I mean, Jesus Christ. But then you trade for him, the trade doesn't work out, like Josh Donaldson, like Joey Gallo, and you keep throwing those motherfuckers out there until, I don't know. If that happens, then we got to do cutthroat shit, DFA, DJ LeMahieu. I don't want, like, we're going all in.
LeMahieu's
like,
gone.
that's what I'm
LeMahieu's
saying.
gone.
No,
LeMahieu's gone.
You can never know what this,
you know what it is? I mean, then again, they are kind of leaving second base open, to be fair. I never heard him mention. I'm sorry.
If the Yankees tell me that the better option to win is playing DJ LeMahieu at second and leaving Caleb Durbin in AAA, I'm going to lose my shit.
If he had a good spring, you think they're putting Durbin over him at second base?
Who? No.
DJ LeMahieu, he'll be the second baseman.
Yes.
Yes. If DJ LeMahieu had, everybody in this chat knows it. We all know this. This is not. If DJ LeMahieu came in a spring training, he's not off the team, and he looks good in spring, he would be the second baseman in the New York Yankees. I'd put every dollar on it I got. Every dollar on it I got, which is not a lot, but I put it on it. It wouldn't be as big as a risk for me to do it, all right? I promise you that.
A lot of us don't have money compared to what Soto just got. He made a lot of us feel a lot poor. Don't do it, Pete.
It's still not off the soundboard, as you guys noticed. That chat's going to get so mad at me. Pete, move on, Pete. Move on, Pete. They think I'm for real.
Next stop, please.
I love the guy more than the Yankees.
Next stop. No more Soto shit, please.
No more Soto shit.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh, shit. Hey, yo, God. Danny says, if the New York Yankees pull off Tuck, no one will remember Soto. I mean, look, if you no, I don't look. We had a great year. We won a pennant. We almost won a World
That's
Series.
the thing. The expectation is at least to win a pennant. If you didn't even get there, and the same thing will go the other way. And that's what I'm saying. It'd be funny if the Yankees and not funny. I mean, it would be funny if the Yankees go to the World Series again and the Mets don't. Which I know that the juggernaut is on that side, but I do not want to hear it because we had the biggest juggernaut of baseball in the Houston Astros for about 8 years, where
Correct.
they either made the World Series, they
right.
either lost in the World Series or won, or they were in the ALCS. So we had them for years. So I don't want to hear anything about the gauntlet and the Dodgers and nothing. It's your turn, NL. You got the tougher division. We get it. The tougher league. That I don't want to hear no excuses though. No. Well, I don't want to hear that shit.
Can I just say something to what Catzilla just said in the chat?
Catzilla.
Let me tell you this right now, and I'm letting everybody know this. If I could call the Padres up, and this is not going to happen, by the way, so don't go running with this. Pete said that this is going to happen. It's not. I'm not saying this is going to happen. If they said, "Hey, we could talk to you about Fernando Tatis," I'd pull out my roster. That's it. I'd pull out my roster like this, and I would say,
It'll be a buffet.
100%. Who do you want?
It'll be a buffet.
Who do you want? Take every single one of them, put them right there in left field, right field. I don't give a poot. If you could ever get that man here, you talk about electrifying, great defense, great player. Look what he did in the postseason. Put him against the Dodgers. Let's enjoy ourselves. But that ain't going to happen. We know that. We know that's not happening. Damn, Judge for Tatis? Yeah, that makes sense.
What are we doing here? Not Judge.
Jaro again says, taking the risk is lunacy. We just got burned by a similar... So what do you live off? You make a mistake, you go, oh, I can never do that again because the same situation is going to happen.
Bro, so you broke up with your girlfriend and you're not going to date anymore? That's what you're telling me, man?
Yeah. It just turned gay.
What we do?
They just go play for the other team after that, I guess.
What are we doing? Oh man,
you can't go back. You can't go back. I
had a joke about playing for the other team, going to the other side, but I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it, especially since somebody went to another team recently. But shout out to the 1400 in the chat. Smack that like, hit that sub.
61 subs away, baby. Let's get it tonight. Tell your friends and family. Subscribe. Let's make history.
Yeah, let's do it. But listen, Fernando Tatis is making $36 million as soon as he turns 30. I would think that they would probably try to move him around there because they're trying to move Machado here. They're not trying to pay anybody. But right now,
take him too.
Right now, Tatis is the face of that franchise. There's no way they're trading Tatis.
No doubt.
Machado, on the other hand, and nobody's taking Bogarts. They're stuck with that guy. But Machado and Arise are the two guys that I would think that they're shopping because they did say they will listen to offers.
My man said Tatis use steroids. Then bring him on over here. Use them here, brother.
I used steroids last night. Well, who cares?
I mean, the guy's an elite talent boy. He didn't use steroids last year. We know, right? Look how good he is. We got a super chat here. I think they might as well just sign Bregman and Walker. I want to talk about Bregman because we'll get that. Makes that infield fantastic, and it would entice Tucker to sign with us next year. I don't buy anything with Bregman. I just don't buy it. You heard just yesterday or whatever day it was, you heard Jack Curry talk about it. He's like, that swing just doesn't really play at Yankee Stadium, which I broke down. Yep. I broke down what he meant by that.
It'd be better for the Red Sox, honestly.
He'd be great for the Red Sox. Again, he mentioned Philly. He'd be good for, of course, Houston with the Crawford boxes. But for me, I just don't see the Yankees making that move. Now, would it make their infield better? I guess it would. You put him at third, Jazz would then go to second. I hate wasting that arm, but I understand it in that regard. But I wouldn't want to pay Bregman. I just don't find the attractiveness of that deal. Like, he's going to get probably over 160, 170 million. I don't see that. That's not a risk I'm willing to take.
It's just the price that he's trying to get, the years, the AAV that he's trying to get. Listen, not for nothing, but since 2019, he's been a 4 to 4.5 WAR guy. That's where he's averaging at.
Yeah.
His OPS plus has been in the 120s and 130. I mean, you can clearly see, which is wild because he was 24, 25 before that. I'm not gonna do much more digging. You can put one and one together, but his offensive numbers and some of that has to do with the Crawford boxes. Let's not sit here and act like that, you know. So he did hit like the slowest hit home run. Sevy made it clear off Sevy. He was like that was in the major league. So I mean, listen, great defense, a winner. He's been here. I think he would. I think he can be great in pinstripes. Oh, I think he could be good. I'm not gonna say great.
Yeah.
I just think that he's asking for too much, and I don't know. I don't. It gives me that Matt Chapman type of vibe where it's like he's like the youngins say he's mid.
Yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't. It's not sexy enough.
It's
I don't know.
definitely
That's just
not.
me.
And then I want to actually ask you about somebody because you'll know more about him right now than I would because you watched the Aguilas game. JC Escara is certainly, and I want to talk about him here because he's on the 40-man roster.
Yes, sir.
He is a catcher. The Yankees really don't have, like, if you think about it, Narvaez was right behind Trevino and Austin Wells. He was certainly next in line. He was a cheaper option. I think JC Escara is that guy now that's just right about there. We're probably got a chance of seeing him this year. You're going to see a lot of him in spring training.
Yep. And you're gonna see a lot of him in spring training. And this is why, P, I told you we can go on that, and you were like, nah. Um, this is why I like to go to spring training. I mean, you get to see the guys right there. You get to see them their workouts, their batting practice, the way they carry themselves. Then you get to see them in spring training. You see the vibes, you see the chemistry, you get the feeling of the team, and then you go to opening day and you see how that goes, and we go from there. But it's always exciting to see. I was just texting my friend how exciting this time of year is exciting. Of course, we got heartbroken this year, but it is also exciting because you get to see new faces, new guys on the team that you love, and the Yankees are in a real good spot. As much as people wanted to troll him or whatever the case may be, Brian Cashman, that's one thing that I gotta give it to him. He's been doing this for so long. He was probably numb to it. He was like, all right, you don't want to do it? On to the next one. It is what it is. They already had their plan B working in the bed. Manaya made that clear. Manaya, by the way, also was part of the team that drafted Max Fried, so he has a lot of background on that. And I kind of trust. I'm gonna trust him this year, and so far I'm not mad with Max Fried. If he go with Kyle Tucker, that's fine. It's only gonna look really bad if we don't make it to the World Series or we don't win or we don't re-sign him or we're real close. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Besides that, because I really want to go after Vladdy next year. I think he's a great fit.
I mean,
we talked about this before.
We're talking about battling the big man now in Queens. Now you
That's
can
if he
call him
doesn't-
King Cohen.
That's if he doesn't get Pete. If he gets Pete, he's out of
Nobody
these.
wants Pete. Nobody want. What are you? I might offer Pete. I'm gonna offer Pete a contract. I might offer him a contract. I'm thinking about it. I mean, there's nobody that's interested in Pete Alonso. Nobody seems to be
That's
biting
wild.
at this guy.
I would think at least Seattle, since they really need offense over there. But
He might go to the White Sox.
oh my God, that would be so sad. That would be so sad.
Oh man, I tell you what, man. But I don't know. You know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I really felt a lot of doom and no gloom when Soto left. I could see the vision of the Yankees being maybe not necessarily a super improved team, but a better team than the previous year. And I'm gonna be real with you, man. I didn't think that was possible. I really didn't think that was possible. I really didn't.
It's not top heavy. The Yankees were very top heavy. It was clear you had two of the top 5 hitters in baseball.
Yeah.
You can argue it was two of the top 3. So I mean, you had that last year, but then after that, what did you really have? Until really Jazz got here, he put a little spark. But I mean, this really does lengthen out your lineup, and it gives another year of Volpe, who I think, as the famous words are, he may be turning a corner. So and hopefully that's correct. And then we all know we all believe that Jason Dominguez can make an impact and all that. So when you're talking about having a guy, and this is why I kind of want to give Caleb Durbin a shot, because I feel like he's a perfect leadoff guy. Doesn't strike out. He's pesky. He's fast as shit. And he's an on-base guy and a gap-to-gap guy. So you put him up there, and then you put Judge second, and it would be Tucker third, no?
Yeah.
Tucker
definitely
third,
Tucker third.
and Stanton batting cleanup, and then You could go Jason 5 if we end up getting and if we end up getting Bellinger, then Bellinger would be your 5 and Jason 6. Um, I mean, this talk about 1 through 6 being deep, and then 7, 8, 9. Who gives a fuck?
And Sherman,
Honestly.
Sherman says the Yankees have interest in a reunion with Gleyber Torres potentially. Which I really don't see the value in that unless Gleyber Torres comes back on like a 1-year deal for $10 million, and that's not going to happen. I don't think he's going to have interest. Somebody's going to offer Gleyber a decent chunk of change, but I don't go back to that anymore. The Yankees, them going back to that, and I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because when Gleyber was going off, I was like, just bring the guy back, bring him back, bring him back. But then he went into the World Series and he was just garbage again. And you're like, man,
He almost hit a home run off Kopech.
True, but it's like it's been an up and down roller coaster. Sometimes it's like when you're in a relationship and you're like, yo, she's fine, but I can't deal with this shit. And it's like eventually at some point you just got to be like,
you know what it
I'm
is,
walking
Pete?
away. I'm walking away.
He's the ex. You had the one night stand. You caught feelings for the one night stand.
Yep.
You feel a certain way. 9 times out of 10, you go rebound with something you know. You know what I'm saying? And Gleyber Torres, I hate to be making it's funny that, but bro, it is what it is, bro. I mean, it feels that way. Nobody's really giving Gleyber love, and Gleyber loves the Yankees. That is clear. So my God, can we just turn the page, man? You got a guy that doesn't strike out. He's fast. He can play defense is what you want. Why not give Caleb Durbin a chance, especially if you bring in guys like Tucker, Bellinger, and Carlos Santana, or if you bring in Bellinger and Santana? Don't tell me. Yes, it's not as sexy as Cal Tucker, but it's not the worst thing either. Like,
and Darius added that he said it's unlikely he would return though, so that's good to hear because that wouldn't make sense to me. You might as well just give it to just give it to Durbin if that's the case, if that's where you're gonna go. But I still don't believe Durbin's gonna be the second baseman. I'll be honest.
I won't believe it until I see it.
I don't buy it. I think they're gonna add somebody there. I don't know who. I don't think there's many. That's like,
not options. The only guy
agents.
that I can see maybe is Jorge Polanco, but I mean Polanco. Moncada plays third, no?
But he's played second before too, and it wouldn't shock me because they've wanted that man for years.
But
they've wanted Moncada.
Isn't he making
$25
$25 million?
He's a free agent. They dropped him.
No way.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
His last was a team option.
Yeah, and again, I'm not simply saying that that's what they do. The reason I bring his name up is because the Yankees have loved that dude forever. They've loved Moncada for years. They're always connected. It wouldn't shock me if Cashman comes out of nowhere, gets a cheap deal.
What was his injury? He only fucking played.
He's always
12 games.
The guy's a walking IL list. I mean, I like him. I like him as a player if he's healthy, but he's a walk-in IL list. He's always injured. He shows signs of greatness, and he just doesn't keep it going. I could see it maybe being a very cheap deal, and they give him a shot. But other than that, there's really nobody out there. There's not a lot of guys out there. MLB did a mock trade. Louis Heel, Will Warren, and Durbin for Tucker. Kev would have a fit.
What was that?
Apparently, Robert says MLB did a mock trade. Louis Heel, Will Warren, and Durbin for Tucker. I mean, Durbin would basically replace Bregman for them. Why
do they do this to me?
Yeah, they would probably.
I know they're trying to sell Durbin High. They're trying to sell a Durbin High, but they need a corner, so it might be Ben Rice. And I love Ben Rice too, but
and I gotta be honest,
there's no real spot for him.
Cashman put a plug in there for Ben Rice today, and they usually do that for a reason. I know.
JC plays.
Maybe I don't know. They do that, man.
JC plays. Listen, JC plays first and catcher. You still have DJ LeMahieu who they're gonna try at first, and second. I'm telling you, bro. Cabrera looked good at first, who can handle it if in off days, and I still think that they're gonna try and if they can't get the splashy move, if they put Bellinger in center for some reason or Bellinger in left, and they can get Carlos Santana at first,
he's not getting no love, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Carlos Santana, man.
That's fine. Don't say nothing.
How does that dude not get any love, man?
Because he's
People
39.
might think I would have got him already. If I was the Yankees,
I would have got him already as well.
I would have had him, and I would have focused on the outfield. You got Bellinger for center field, the left field. You could get Tucker, one of those guys. You're such a better team, man. I understand people go, oh my God, the age. He's 38. The guy's ageless. Look at all of his years
Look,
in a row. He's a Gold Glover. He's gonna
he's a
give you
clubhouse
a
guy. He's been in he's been in big
yeah,
teams for big playoff
yeah,
runs. He's a
yeah,
scrappy player. He'll hit you 18 to 20 home runs, and then he'll give you great defense at first. And
yeah.
that's
He
what
takes
you
his
want.
walks. Vinny says, depending on the deal, profar, leadoff hitter, second baseman. I think it's been a while that he's played
He
second
hasn't
base,
played
though.
second
I don't think
base
he's
in a
played
while. I
second
don't
base
think
in
he
quite
would.
some time.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I
And
wouldn't.
I don't see the Yankees giving him multiple years. So I'll be honest with you. That's one of those deals that was shocked the shit out of me. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. But I
Yeah,
know,
let me see the second basemen that are free agents right now. I'll
yeah,
tell
that
you
would be
right
good to
now.
see.
So Thyra's off the board. Estrada, that's
Yep.
obvious. So you guys tell me, like, what is because everybody, a lot of those older fans are like, oh, give me somebody who's been there. All right, you tell me. You want Gleyber Torres is the number one option because he's the youngest one.
Yeah. And everybody's
Hassan
past that
Kim is
now.
still out there. I don't
Kim's
know.
not bad, but that's defensive first, and you're going to pay for him. He's going to get a decent
And
deal.
then he another guy who gets injured, right?
True.
You got Adam Frazier, Brandon Drury, or Jorge Polanco. You tell me, or Donovan.
Also, Brendan Rodgers also. He was
Yes.
released.
Yes,
So Brendan
Brendan
Rodgers
Rodgers.
could be a possibility, but he hasn't lived up to the expectations that he had as a prospect. He really hasn't. I could see him being an invite potentially and battling for a second base spot.
And I don't have issues with that. Bring
Me
those
either.
guys over and have them battle because I'm gonna tell you what.
Oh,
Last
shit.
time we were there last year, you remember, man. I as soon as we talked about who was the catcher that the Mets got, who was having a good spring training. I forgot his name. Torres.
Oh, yeah, Luis Torrens.
Luis Torrens.
Torrens, yeah.
He had a phenomenal spring training, and he had a good run. He died off at the end, which is understandable. But Durbin was having a great spring training. Jason was having a great spring training. So those guys, I mean, Volpe had a good spring training. So I don't know, man. I want them to bat. That's going to be obvious. He's going to have to win his job. But I'm still betting on Durbin. If you put in two veterans and DJ LeMahieu and Durbin, I'm telling you, Durbin is going to beat him out. And what you might see is what the Yankees do sometimes. And I hate this, Pete. The Durbin will be doing good, and then they'll sit him for like 4 games on purpose.
Yeah.
It's like what are we doing, man?
They don't handle. We already know that with the Yankees, they don't handle young players extremely well. But the next couple of days, or even tonight, it's still early. It's only 8:41. I think there's a lot of good stuff that could still happen. I think the extremely interesting thing that has come out of nowhere is this Tucker situation, because first it started as Astro fans going, oh, it sounded like the Soto situation, if you remember. Padres fans, what do they say? Oh, we're not trading them. We're going to keep them. Oh, you guys are nuts. That'll never happen. Blah, blah, blah. And then it was like, yeah, he's getting traded. It's the same thing happening right now with Tucker. It's like, yeah, Tucker's going to be traded. When everybody said, nah, they're just saying that there's no way they move him. That's the next big thing to happen. And I find it interesting that the Yankees also walked away from the Christian Walker thing. I think he's getting, and I made that prediction earlier, a couple of days. I said it wouldn't shock me if he's going to get the bag this year, because the 3 years he had, somebody's going to pay him. The Yankees don't want to go 4 years. They were very, very close to making the deal with him yesterday. Other teams get involved and hey, we'll do the 4th year, or we're interested in doing that. And things kind of fall off there a little bit, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Tucker. It really is, because here's what you got to remember. And people are forgetting this, I think. A lot of people say, well, if they miss Tucker, who do they go at? They could get Bellinger. Not necessarily. The rumor is that they want Bellinger for Tucker as part of that deal. That means you'll be wiped clean. Who do you get after that? So people got to remember, the Yankees might also be against it here, because they might be saying, well, unfortunately for us, the other team they're talking to, they could take away both of our big options we want. Then maybe we have to go after Bregman, and we don't want to do that. Maybe we got to make a sporadic move. Maybe we got to give Walker that 4th year. That's a little concerning.
I'd rather give Walker the 4th year than trade Luis Hill. I don't know. I don't know what the AV's around. Walker's around 20 anyway.
Probably
give him a little
like
sign,
22, 23.
a signing bonus, yeah, or whatever. They've been getting creative with that. Well, Profar scares me where because he'll have one really good season, then he'll have a really bad season, then he's too inconsistent. I'm scared, even though Cashman has shown a lot of interest in him before. It's very interesting what the Yankees are going to do. Obviously, I think everybody wants Cal Tucker. He's a shiny move. Then after that is Bellinger. Or maybe it's fucking both, and they're going all in this year. Judge and Cole have 3 years of their prime. After that, we'll be counting our blessings if they're having. I think Judge will age well as well, and I think Cole's last 4th year, we'll see what that is. At that point, it'll be a plus, but it's going to be interesting, and I think the Yankees are going to be aggressive. I think Cashman's going to be aggressive. If he pulls Tucker off without Luis Hill. Oh my God, bro! Because the thing is that once
that would be insane.
It came out, the reports came out.
Me.
Once the reports came out that he was gonna test the market, the price dropped. Everybody was saying, well, now the price is different, and that's makes perfect sense. So
it wouldn't shock me, Kev. It wouldn't shock me because, like I said before, if the Yankees sit down and look across that table, and they go, look, we're willing to make a big offer here. If they give 4 players, let's say, for a potential, and it's Clark Schmidt, it's Spencer Jones, maybe another guy, maybe 2 other lower level guys, how did the Astros say no to that? How do you walk? And again, I'm not being biased here. How can you walk? That is a hell of a deal. You're getting one of our top prospects.
Correct.
Yeah, he hasn't toured AA, but the potential's obviously there. You're getting a top 3, bare minimum a 3.
He's automatic. They're 3rd or 4th. I mean, they got Framber. Framber, who's probably going to be traded as well. Framber, Javier, who's still hurt. Who's their 3rd option? Hunter Brown, or the other kid?
I think Brown. Yeah, Brown will probably be their 3rd.
So McCullers is always hurt. I'm sorry. So Clark Schmidt looks very, very attractive in that. And then Spencer Jones will be in the outfield a year later, or you could put him up this year. That's up to them.
A lot of times too, you hear that initial ask. You hear the big player they want. So it's a narrative, it's conversation, and you'll be shocked. Sometimes you turn around on it, you go, "Wow, it's not Louis Hill and Tucker's in your outfield, and you got him for a year." I mean, that's crazy.
Yep, and he's a defensive guy, Spencer Jones. So, Pete, I got tagged on a picture. I don't know if you could put it on there. See it on your Twitter. They tagged NYYU as well, and you personally and me. I didn't know who the hell that was.
Who was that?
That's Fernando Tatis without a beard. Can you show?
Oh shit!
Can we? If this
Jared,
were
don't look.
if this were to ever happen, Pete, the Yankees need to change that facial.
The policy has to change.
There is no way I'm letting Tatis on the field looking like that. I'm sorry.
Something?
Oh my God!
This guy will put up Oswald Peraza numbers. He won't be the same dude. You can't let that happen. He will not be the same player. Oh, hell no.
Guys, what is this?
No.
What the fuck are you talking about?
This is horrible, dude.
Bro,
this is what I would be playing.
You don't add enough value to our roster to present like that.
What is this, bro? I can't believe it.
Let me tell you, this dude is Samson. If you take that beard and that hair off, he's done.
Yeah,
he's done.
That would be the day. That would be the day that I would have to tell you guys got to stop with the hair policy. I think they should ease it in. I think they should starting next year in a couple of years. You can have longer hair, do that, and then try and see what a neat beard is.
Bro,
and we know what a neat beard is,
man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Let people be who they are.
And I know people go, yeah, but nobody's saying you go 04 Johnny Damon and look like a damn caveman. Nobody's saying that, but let's be honest, guys. A clean, nice, shaped up beard. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, come on, it doesn't look bad.
Savvy. Yeah. Look at what Louis Hill's look with his dreads, bro. He got extensions.
Nice. It looks nice.
Yeah, man. That's character, bro. That's flow. Eso es melaza. That's what it is, bro. So ya tú sabes, man. Hit they say people in there. But man, I'm seeing Kyle Tucker. Every Kyle Tucker home run in Yankee Stadium, and it's like 40 seconds long. So
he's an animal, man. He's an animal. Like I said, I'm happy I'm not the GM because I'd be pretty reactionary on things. John Kirk says
he took Luis Hill deep.
Why would Tucker sign an extension, have 1 year as a free agent, and he would have Cohen and the Dodgers bidding for him? No more.
That's a thing.
rentals.
I forgot the Dodgers, bro.
I don't care. I don't care. I want to win this year. I'm sorry. Vinny says aura is gone. Yeah, his aura will be gone. So, guys, a couple of quick updates. I want to make a quick plug. Kev, we're going to end the show here. Kev is going to be on Shea and Sons. Okay, we have Mets friends, all right? Are we allowed to have Mets friends? We got Mets friends, all right? You guys want to be mad at me about it? Be mad at me, okay?
It's right in front of us.
It's right in
It's
front
right
of
here.
us. Kev is going over there to represent, okay?
NYYU and the
he's
Yankees.
going over there to represent NYYU and the Yankees, all right, folks?
But
that's what he's doing over there.
if anything breaks, Pete, count me in tonight, even after 10-11. If something breaks.
But that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I'm actually, if there's something breaks between 9 and 10, I'll be live. I'm going live at 10 anyway.
Yeah,
So
correct.
I'm going back live at 10 anyway.
We'll
You
be
want to know
back.
why? I might not sign off tonight until we hit 40K.
Hey.
We're 52 away. I will go live until we get 40K.
Oh, damn.
I'm going to do it tonight. 10 o'clock.
He's going to do it.
52 away. I'll be live the whole time. When we hit 40K, you know what I'm going to do?
I'm gonna come.
David with the last super chat. If the Yankees offer Schmitty, Jones, and Warren, I would do that. Take them.
Oh, man, all day. And if Pete's going to be live until we hit 40K, I hope it's not long, because if it's around 4 a.m. and we're 2 subs away, Pete's going to be like.
So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you, that
listen, I love it.
like to be able to. Anyway.
Yes, my favorite part. I'm gonna say I don't know how many subs. Anyway, that's it. Kev,
Listen,
you
man.
can take us out, man. Take
Bronx
us out.
and nothing, as you know it. Every week we'll be here, and we're gonna
Francis
keep you
was
guys
sick, by the
posted.
way. I didn't tell you guys.
Yes,
I'm sorry, Francis
a lot
was
of
sick.
we totally forgot. A lot of people asked where was Francis. Francis got sick. He's battling a little cold there. It's fine. It's a change of temperature. It might be sodoitis. But we'll be back. Hopefully next week we can have the 3 Musketeers again here, or the 3 Amigos, whatever you guys want to call us. The good, the bad, and the ugly, or the grandma.
I'm not the ugly.
Whatever.
I'm not the ugly though.
I'm the bad.
They want me to be the ugly all the time. They're like, hey, look, the one white guy in the show, he's the ugly one. It's terrible what they do to me.
All right. But guys, thank you so much, chat. We still have 1,200 here. Smack that like before you head out. Hit that sub to get the 40K. If anything breaks, we'll be back. If not, check me out on Shea and Sons, like Shea Stadium, Shea and Sons. We'll be there. If not, if on Twitter is the link, man. Thank you so much, fellas. It is always a pleasure here at the U. Let's go, Yanks. One more sub.
Peace
There
out,
you go,
folks.
bro.
See you guys at 10. We're 45 subbies away. See you guys later. 10 o'clock.
Come.
Yo!
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told them last year that I been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text.